Otis, Mac, Alara.
The fuck?
Okay, you're not gonna believe that this happened, but like, there's some weird stuff that's gone down, and I don't know if it worked or anything like that.
Whoa. Fucking beat it, spaceman. The hell are you doing here?
I mean, there's no need to be mean to him, but like, what are you doing, man?
The random little kid just walks up and just starts yapping away. What? Oh, come on.
Otis. Okay. This is gonna sound really, really weird, but I think I went to the future or another dimension or something like that, and I'm here now. I'm trying to find Charlie, but I can't find Charlie, who's my big giant robot friend, who was the one who actually got me here.
Mac, you hearing this shit? Like, are you hearing this? You hearing what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah, kid, I think you got the wrong people.
No,
Ellen,
Mac, I know you look different though. It's cool outfit, all of you. Oh, just do you smoke now? Mom would
What's
kill
it
you
to
if you
you?
got that lighter.
Listen, you don't talk shit, and I don't do shit. All right? Bug off.
I don't like this, Otis.
Look, do you need some help?
Yeah, I need to figure out what's going on here. I gotta do the neural mesh thing, and
I have no idea who you are. Why do you know my name?
I already told you. Okay, so I am from a different time or a different dimension or a different universe, maybe. I don't know. It's some weird sci-fi stuff, but it's very true and very real, and I know exactly who you are, Mac. And your dad is dating my mom, who's also Otis's
What the
mom.
hell?
Ew.
Hey, when
Otis
did this
is-
happen?
Otis is my brother. He's
okay,
got a
this
big
has to
crush
be-
on Lucas. And then
What the hell?
Alara is this really cool girl named Cherry, and like they're gonna beat the shit out of anybody. Okay? So like
I don't know what you're talking about, little dude. That's Matt, come on. He's obviously just like some like neighborhood kid playing or whatever.
I'm not playing, it's not a joke.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
definitely
need
not
to-
a popular kid, so that's no.
Yeah, okay, so there's something called the neural mesh. I don't really know much about it. See, my robot friend was telling me all about it, and they said that only my brain was made to connect to this thing, and that it was to protect everybody from the others.
We don't talk about them. All right?
Wait, what?
We don't
Oh.
say shit. They don't. Okay? You watch your mouth. You hear me?
As if
Be
on
quiet.
cue, a vehicle slowly rolls by down the street. It is a blacked out Chrysler Baron. For a second, it looks like it's going to stop, and then it just continues to go.
We shouldn't stick around here anymore. Once the vans start
Shit.
coming, we need to move
We need.
again.
Says this. Okay, you sit down, takes a little bit to boot up, you slam this floppy disk in, you crank that little knob down, you begin to click-clack away, and you get through to the main information board, essentially. And you're looking for things like neural mesh, you're looking for, loop, or any of the science fiction nonsense that this kid is spouting out, right? Nothing. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going. You end up in the student registry, which compiles students for like the last decade. And on a whim, so you type in the name Colt. There is exactly one entry in the last 10 years. His name is Colt Barrison. You open the file, it is completely empty, other than a birth date. October 12th, 1974.
Hey kid, when's your birthday?
October 12th, 1974.
Okay, that's weird.
Why? What'd you find?
You're in the system, kind of, not really. There's like no info about you, but it says your last name is Barrison, not Trivedi.
Oh, shit.
And there's like no info on you at all.
Well,
There's
yeah,
there's nothing.
because I was adopted. Miss Trivedi adopted me.
She most certainly did not.
Oh God, little dude, no, no.
Nope.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what they did to you while you were in there in the loop or whatever where you came from,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
nah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No adoption records, no school records. You were born, and that's it.
Oh.
Mish.
Try to look for Project X.
Okay.
You type in
Excellent.
Project X, and as soon as you hit enter on the command, the ring of gray around the screen turns red, and
shit.
the words disappear, and it just says DART with a period between each one. High alert.
Shit.
Fuck.
Shit.
Activated.
Fuck. Shit.
Run.
We gotta get out of here. I'm gonna yank. This is so painful to me. Yank the floppy disk out without any proper procedure.
Okay.
Grab my shit, and fuck the others. I am booking it out of there.
Oh, just
You-
grabs Colt like literally almost like by a collar and just starts dragging him out. Run!
I'm skating out.
You, of
Okay.
course, run over small picket fences, through yards, hedges, bushes, etc., making your way back towards the salvage yard. However, as you cut down one of the side streets, you hear a coming towards you. And if anyone casts their eyes over their shoulder, you see the janitor's truck barreling down the street on a near collision course with the
Narc.
two of you.
Oh, just pushes Colt out of the like he will push him to the side hard, just to make sure he's completely out. And hopefully at the same time jump the other direction.
This vehicle fishtails right to where you guys both were. You see whoever's in the front seat leans completely over and throws open passenger side door. What are you doing? Get in!
Where are you?
Get in now!
What the heck? You
What?
took a grown-up down here? Are you stupid?
What the fuck? I can
Listen.
say what the fuck. What the fuck were you doing?
What the
None
fuck
of
are
your
you doing?
business.
He grabs that center console and yanks it up, and again, you see like a bunch of just cables just start to unspool from somewhere underneath the chassis of this thing, and he like holds it through the window, and you see the exact same red like alert situation with like a bunch of lines of code running beneath it. What the fuck were you doing?
Nothing.
You gotta listen, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's some pretty sweet tech for your car, though. Like,
Thanks, I made it. Not the point.
Wow.
Saw all of you. I saw you.
Yeah, listen here, old man. You didn't see shit, yeah? Unless you start talking and you tell us what the hell you're talking about and why you have this
that?
shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're 3.5 teen kids. What are you gonna do?
we were just searching for answers.
Shut up!
Answers to what?
Nothing.
There's very few
You
answers that will make
homework.
this happen.
Ugh.
Nothing homework. Nothing homework.
Okay, so you
We were
broke
just-
into the
we were
school
just-
and then you broke into the office for homework? I don't think so.
Ask this
Okay.
kid. And I like push Colt forward.
He slides out of the truck and storms towards Colt.
Yeah. Oh, just gets in front. It's like, yo, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow your roll, man.
He like puts a hand on your shoulder, get the fuck out of my way. And he
I'll fucking
points
punch
over
you.
Mac's shoulder
Oh.
and says, "What the fuck are you doing here? How did you even get here?"
Oh, just fucking just loses it. He goes up and he just grabs him by the collar and goes, I don't give two shits if you are a fucking sanitation expert, whatever. You have a lot of fucking explanation that you need to give right here because your janitor bullshit's not gonna cut it. Okay, no other fucker who's just a janitor is gonna have shit like that, who's gonna talk about coming from other dimensions, who's gonna talk about how he knew about a kid from another one and all this other bullshit that you've been spewing this entire time. I'm not gonna fucking believe another word from you. Cut it out. Talk some actual honest shit right now. Otherwise, we're walking. I'm taking the
Watch your
kid,
mouth,
we're
Phil.
walking.
Watch your mouth.
Don't you? This is not the time. I don't
The
give
information I've given you is basically all the information I have. I was given a certain amount of information when I was sent here. I was told what to watch for. This is not it. And to use that to report back.
Well, then report it.
Well, you should
Ask
be telling
them.
them something then. 'Cause-
They didn't send him.
Okay, well, should they
Who's
still not know that
they?
he's here?
The loop.
Huh?
The loop didn't send you here.
You're one of them. You're one of them. You're one.
Oh.
I'm not. I'm not your loop. Hell, I'm not even my loop. It's complicated.
Okay, so why don't
So
you
many
take
universes.
this kid back to whoever it is you report to and say, hey, you got an extra seat in the interdimensional travel machine?
Because
I
who
got
I
a kid that
report
needs
to-
to go home.
Who I report to is his loop. I can't take him anywhere.
Well,
I
if
don't
you
work
tell
with
them-
your loop. I'm just here to watch you guys and
okay.
report back.
Okay. Well, if you work for his loop, then you can tell them that they lost him, and maybe they can come and get him.
They can't.
Well, how would you know you haven't tried?
It's a one-way trip. And he points at himself. I think we have to get you back there. There's like a residual source energy there. If anything's gonna get you back, I think it's whatever got you here to begin with.
Come on, kid. I got you.
I think this is it. The signal's fading, so did you do anything to like? What are you wearing? Is that like part of it?
I think so. That's Charlie had me wear it. Said that because of the neural mesh, or because I could connect to the neural mesh, it would help.
The janitor walks up to you,
I'm gonna-
Colt, reaches out and shakes your hand. Good luck, kid. You were sent there for a reason. And he sort of pulls you in. He whispers something to Colt, and then Colt disappears. Colt, you find yourself in Tommy Vernon's salvage yard. There is no evidence of Charlie's warehouse. There is no antenna here. However, standing about 15 feet from you is Mac. And in your hand, as you unball your fist, there's a crumpled up paper, crumpled up photograph. And the last thing you remember hearing is tell Otis I'm sorry and that I love him.
Yeah, the black screen looks
Arise,
great.
minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. I didn't forget to do cameras. We're here. We're
Mike's a
back.
piece of shit.
We're doing stuff. I got distracted. We were talking about anime and how hard the song for fucking Log Horizon slaps, and here we are. If you haven't seen Log Horizon, check it out. It's my favorite one. That's really all that matters. That's the end of the show. Cool. If you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is down in our Patreon link down below. Join us at the $5 tier. You get access to our after shows for this and all the shows we do. Join us at the $10 tier. You get random prep streams and a new Q&A type community day thing that's coming next year. So check that out. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, I do terrible things to these players, like trap them in alternate universes. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these wonderful, amazing faces that you see here before you. That being said, one, I wonder if Gnome remembers how this episode is starting. And two, let's jump into this fucking thing. I need to get a song ready for this. Hold on. I'm not actually going to play it because copyright strikes are a thing. But I'm gonna link it to
you
guys.
you can always do a copyright-free music, a DRM-free music.
No. This is a specific song, KP.
Oh my
This
god,
is,
Snow Dogs, we just started and you already want to fuck us up.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
Thank
Spicy.
you.
What a spicy
Rude.
day.
Oh fuck.
Okay,
Oh,
Okay,
we're screwed.
everybody
Oh.
have this link ready.
Huh?
I'll tell
What-
you when
what
to press
link?
the button.
Wait, what link? Where? What?
Oh,
Is
God.
it in the...
I'll put it in Zoom too, relax. Previously.
Hold up. You can't just. Look,
Ready?
I'm not. There's
Take
a
your
lot
time.
of pressure, Mike.
Take your time.
You can't just
Take your time.
expect this.
Take your time.
I don't even
I
have
also forgot.
Spotify.
I don't do
I
I don't do previouslys on this show.
Where
anymore.
is it?
I just sent it in Zoom. It's in Twitch.
Is I
YouTube, it'll be there.
I'm just kidding. I already got it. I'm already loaded.
Ooh.
All
Okay,
right,
I'm
cool.
ready to click the button.
All right, click
Tell
that
us
button.
when to press.
Have the song
Clicked it.
playing.
No, I have to sign up. No,
You're the worst. Who doesn't have Spotify? What kind of
Hey, what the
person?
I have
fuck?
Google Music.
Get off the show.
have-
You're fired.
Aw,
You're fucking
damn it.
fired.
Remember what I said about the pie?
Oh
Fuck you! I
God.
just fucking dropped it.
Oh, it's playing now. That's
This
loud.
this opening starts with Ramo in the Dark by one Ronnie James Dio. The sky quickly darkens with dense storm clouds, seemingly out of nowhere. Thunder rumbles, lightning roils across the sky, and the air hums with static electricity. As vertigo overtakes you, you begin to see small objects lift from the ground, then larger objects, then larger still. The ground rumbles beneath your feet, and the smell of ozone warns you of a pending strike, as all the hairs all over your body stand on end. Lightning bursts forth from the ground, and as the dust clears, a figure stands, staring back at you unexpectedly. Mac, you see all of this. As the dust sort of settles down and the lightning recedes from your vision, you see in that white spot in your vision a black figure silhouetted. Colt, please describe what Mac sees standing before her.
Max sees, oh gosh, Mac sees a boy, maybe 14, 15-ish years old, stands about 5'5". It's got kind of long, dirty blonde hair, a little wavy, a little curly, especially towards the bottom, and it's got like a little stubble, right? Just little baby hairs kind of growing in along the chin. And kind of square shoulders. Sneakers that are completely untied. They seem to not fit well anymore. Pants very, very tight. Would maybe be like the style of those glam rockers, but completely unintended. The hoodie that he's wearing is also a little snug, kind of goes up above the belly area just a little bit. The arms are definitely like a 3/4 sleeve now, and as he kind of like pulls the hood down and his hair just kind of like lets go, Colt looks around.
You're on mute, Mac.
Oh, you're muted in Zoom.
Yeah.
Colt?
Mac,
You've changed a little. What happened?
okay, I know this is gonna sound really, really weird, but like you're not gonna believe me, but I definitely went to the future, and a lot of shit's already happened. And it's real bad, Mac. It's real bad.
How long were you there?
I mean, like a couple of years, I think.
Years?
Yeah, it's like 3 or so years. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention to time or nothing.
I think your mom might notice you've been gone.
Um,
And I take off my jacket, which is big on me, and I offer it to you. Your clothes don't look like they fit very well.
yeah, it's kind of hard to find good stuff out where I was. Thanks. Where?
I have a lot of questions.
I don't think we got time though, Mac. I'm more than happy to answer as many questions as I can, but where's my brother? Where's Alara?
GM, how long has it been?
10 minutes.
I assume that they're still in that black car. It's been like 10 minutes since you left with that creepy robot. Where were you?
I was here the whole time. It's messed up. It's real bad. The future. It's not even the future. I went to a different dimension, right? And like, my brother's dad's there. They sent him there. And he's kind of like an observer.
Wait, why didn't he come back with you?
Because he can't. They won't let him. This is what he does now. He has to be there.
Why did you come back?
They sent me back. Well, they tried to, but it didn't work the first couple of times. We tried to find Charlie, but we couldn't find Charlie. It took us a long time. Well, it took you a long time. You were there, and I was gonna say Prakash. Because you didn't change your name.
Change your name.
I didn't change
Damn
mine
it.
either. It's fine.
Yes.
There's a lot of shit happening. Don't put this on me right now, right?
Just was there. Alara. I mean, everybody. You know, my mom was there, but she didn't know who I was. I didn't technically exist there, but I kind of did, and it was just they all died. Everybody. I was too late. I wasn't supposed to go back. I'm supposed to stay here because what's happened in that other dimension hasn't happened here yet. We could save people.
Well, we should definitely do that. How? How?
I don't have enough answers, but I do know that we need to go find Dennis. Because Dennis is gonna have some more answers.
Okay, well, I think we saw. Okay. So Charlie saw Dennis meeting up with that guy. I can't remember his name. He's got such a weird name. In a parking lot, but I don't know. I don't reckon. You know, all parking lots kind of look the same. You know.
Do I remember what parking lot it might have been? I skate around a lot. I would argue that skateboarders actually possibly do know the differences in parking lots.
That's a solid argument. I was gonna straight up say no. Roll me.
Don't fuck with Eris, Mike.
Comprehend?
Well, you sure? I will take that.
Oh, I should get in the roll 20.
Do I get any bonus?
I don't think you do. I think the bonus is your ability to roll. That was a solid. Right. That was a solid rules lawyering right there.
Sweet. I got one success.
Great. Yeah. You know that is the nondescript parking lot over on 5th and Sanction. And you skated there before. There's a lot of good potholes to ollie. There's a decent sized curb, and there's a metal bench that's a solid grind rail.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. Can you run fast now? Or oh, you know what? There's a bike behind the van that we are fixing up. That should be good to go. If you want to take that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if they're still there or where they would have gone afterwards, but maybe we could go there and see.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Great. Our first corruption bar comes into play right now. Colt, with your name still not changed in Zoom, you thrust your fist through Mac's jacket, through the arm, the sleeve of the jacket. And as has become tradition with you, Jen is also in the junkyard. As has become tradition, not knowing which jump will take you home, you kind of press your fingers together and force it through the sleeve, and you remember that there is a photograph crumpled in your hand, and you recall words that were spoken to you by a janitor. Tell Ogus I'm sorry and that I love him. As you recall this bit of information, you throw the jacket on the rest of the way, kind of adjust your shoulders. Yes.
Jen is with us, isn't she?
Yes, I literally just said that. Just
Yep. Sorry.
That's okay. And now from Satellite, I thought you were fucking with me. I was like, is she fucking with me right now? What's happening?
My brain went this way, and then I saw a
it.
shot, and then I was like, oh yeah.
10 out of 10. Outstanding. So yeah, you recall this bit of information, and as you perhaps are contemplative on that for a second, the three of you, not to ignore the existence of Jen, hear the rumbling of tires on stone, and you can see, you're a little bit deep in the junkyard, but you can see headlights turned on rolling into the main gate of the junkyard. There is at least two, from what you can see where you are now, Chrysler Barons rolling in, but it sounds like more.
Should we run
Oh,
away from them?
Yeah, we need to hide. We need to hide right now.
All right.
Try to hide somewhere.
Great, roll me stealth, both of you, or sneak rather.
One success.
I'm still scared, by the way. Mac is still definitely shaking.
Yes, you sure are. Gnome, you can remove the upset condition. You've been gone for 3 years. You've had plenty of time to rest.
Yeah.
However, you both got one success. Yeah, so the two of you quickly leave the field of debris that you're in, and you just sort of hide behind a pile of junk. Jen just looks aghast at all of this information. She's not a stranger to strange things happening, but this is a new one. Both dimensional time travel and also like he was gone for 3, like it's a lot, dimensional and time and it's a whole thing. So she just kind of looks and just takes Colt for his word and then hides behind a pile of debris. You see half a dozen cars roll in, very reminiscent of the time you saw them searching for what you presume to be the space donuts. 6 of these cars roll in, and they roll around the van that was still loading things with Tommy. They all sort of form a perimeter at like these awkward angles. One's parked like right next to the van, the VW bus. One's parked like up next to the building. And you see like four to a car of people in black suits get out of the car. Trunks are opened, boxes are lifted out. You see like latches are thrown. You can hear the decompression of like as some of these were pressurized containers and strange devices. You definitely recognize the one that was like that big glass view screen that they were looking through for something. But several strange devices are pulled out, and these people begin fanning out and moving quickly and with like precision. Like they must have some like internal grid of like they're searching by here, methodically through the junkyard. They're looking for something. Tommy, you can hear him be like, hey, what's going on? He's trying to figure out what's happening in his junkyard. What are the 2 of you / 3 of you doing?
Trying to somehow sneak towards the back exit. We need to get out of here.
Okay. You have a successful sneak. They have not found you yet. If you need to get out of there in a hurry, please roll me a move. Your skateboard would not provide a bonus here because it is rubble.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't want to use it anyways.
I'm gonna if that's what we're doing and we're gonna go hustling out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and bullshit my way. You gave me a goddamn open door to do some bullshittery.
I did.
I'm gonna go ahead and say within the 3 years, right? Kind of know how to get away, how to get around, or maybe disable some of the stuff that they got going on. So I'm gonna the hand that's got the crumpled up picture, right? It's got a watch, big chunky watch on it. And I'm gonna kind of like adjust some of the numbers of it and just like twist it to a certain degree. And I would like to make that some sort of like some sort of deflector shield or something. So like whatever they're searching for, it's not gonna detect us.
Interesting.
I'm really good at tinkering, and I would say after about 3 years, I got even better.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say you can make me a tinker roll for this level of bullshit that I'm down for.
Sure.
If you change your iconic item from whatever this bullshit watch is, from your RC car, which I assume you no longer have, to a dope watch.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll change it to a dope watch.
Cool.
Right now, no more RC car.
Upgrade.
Dope future watch. Done.
I love how much work went into the fucking car at the beginning of this season. And now we're just like, fuck this car.
Fuck the car.
But now he's got a dope watch.
Now I got a dope watch.
Yeah.
That was so last season.
Yeah.
The
The
do I
RC
still
car
need to roll that move too? Yes.
Yeah. The RC car was so 3 years ago, guys. Pay attention.
Yeah. So look, you grew up a little bit, all right. We ditched that car for a real car.
Okay, cool. So you do some fuckery with this watch. We'll discuss that watch later. I'm sure it'll come up again. Mac, you start to like move out from the back of this pile of metal and refuse in the junkyard, and you see that Colt has not come with you. Instead, you see him like hunched over and kind of fiddling with his wrist. And then, Colt, describe what it looks like as you raise your arm up, and you have made a deflector shield.
Yeah, so you know, like those Nintendo Power Gloves, right? Basically, not for real though. They basically converted one of those, probably after working for a while with Ogis's father, right, to kind of help build some technology that would prevent them from being found by all these vans that were, by the positronic vans that would keep trying to find them, right? So, he kind of, again, fiddles with the buttons and makes a couple adjustments, and there's nothing visually that pops out. But if you were to like kind of like Tron, almost like X-ray vision, the area for a second, as the guys from the LeBarons are kind of like holding their device, kind of shifting around a bit. If it were to kind of fall on them, there's just this like beam that makes it look like nothing's there.
Perfect. I love that. So you sort of like press a few things, you spin some dials, you adjust this thing, and you kind of hold this up a little bit, right? And it takes a second before you see like the lights boop, 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 bing, and the last one turns red, or last red light turns green. And you hold this up, and you see one of these guys sort of scan over the area. And perhaps this is when Mac, you're like fully exposed outside of the mound you were trying to get away from. And you freeze for a second. You see this guy stop right where you and Colt would be, and then he continues scanning as if he didn't see you. So for a moment, breath catches in your throat as you, and then you're all able to get the hell out of here. As we see the three of you beating the proverbial feet out of the junkyard, the camera cuts across town. KP finally gets to see where Otis has been for weeks because he has no idea.
I have been alone here, KP. While you were off being our famous boy.
Fuck off.
Mostly for KP. Alara, Otis, you and Dennis and LaBelle are all inside of a blacked out Chrysler LeBaron, inside of a warehouse. With the garage door closed, you see LaBelle roll down his window. He reaches out, he pulls out like a little black card, and he sort of hits like one of those like a mall garage scanner, right? And the floor starts lowering into the ground. He gets out, he pulls the key out of the car, cuts the engine, he exits the vehicle. And he sort of nods over to Dennis, and Dennis gets out as well. And you can see she sticks her head back in. And despite your status as frenemies, Alara, she does look to you and she says, "It's safe for you to get out."
What?
Whatever.
The two of you, it's safe for you guys to get out of the car. You don't have to sit in there.
I'm not going anywhere until you tell us where the hell we're at.
I'm like pulling at Otis getting out of the car.
Fine, I'm getting out. God damn.
I don't have a specific. Aiden will know more, but it's a safe.
Aiden?
Yeah. Aiden LaBelle.
Ew.
Either way, it's like a safe house kind of thing. There was an emergency. You didn't hear?
What is going on? Like, what is?
I don't know. There was an emergency, and now we're in a safe house. I don't know. I'm in here.
Is my mom safe? Is my mom safe? My brother?
Your mom works for the Loop. I would assume she's safe.
Well, what about my brother? You guys just dragged us here. They're still over there.
What about
somewhere.
Mom? Does she know about our safe house in the backyard?
LaBelle kind of puts a hand on the roof and leans down and says, "A fleet of vehicles has just left the Loop and headed towards the salvage yard. Your brother will be fine."
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna totally trust you, dudes.
Dennis looks back to you and says, "Listen, your mother doesn't know about a lot of things, and it's safer that way. I was hoping you wouldn't either, but here we are. The more you know, the more danger you put yourself in. There's a reason we didn't tell you everything. I'm sorry, but it was the safest answer. You're 13.
Huh?
15?
No.
Oh, 16. That's right. You're 16. What are you going to do? Save the...
Bro.
Wait a minute. You're
You're
16.
about to get
What are you going to do?
really
Save the
offended
world?
teenagers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Children, they all look the same. She looks
That
at you
is
and
the exact way to offend a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get their age wrong.
What are you, like 11? She leans down to you and she says, "You're 16. What are you going to do? Save the world? It wasn't safe."
I mean, we kind of totally just, I he goes, we like totally, these 16-year-olds snuck into your fancy little building, didn't we? They already know. They know. They have video.
Yeah. You snuck
So,
right in.
Yeah. Sucks,
Yeah.
Save
Snuck
the world.
right in
Not a
the
big
door
deal.
that had no security on it.
Yeah, you guys
Okay,
suck
this
at
is like
you're
the
lacking.
third time that you guys have implied that you just let us in. Why'd you let us in then?
LaBelle still has his hand on the roof and he says, "The same reasons I asked earlier. Why were you trying to get in?"
Well, I
People-
answered your question. You didn't answer
People try to
mine.
break into our facility all the time. Those people are usually Russian spies. I'm fairly confident in the fact that the two of you are not Russian spies.
Dude, we're better than Russian spies?
Alara's like deeply aware of being Turkish right now.
Yeah. I mean, Dennis appears to be a friend. He says, there's something happened to make the two of you think that breaking into a government facility would give you answers. I needed to know what that was.
Yeah, it's called being 16.
You're the only two 16-year-olds that have broken into the loop.
Yeah, that's how awesome we are.
There's definitely like a small like if there were a table, it'd be under the table, but as it is, it's just low and fully in clear view of like fist bump with Ojas.
Yeah.
Like,
you interpret that as like we're the most badass 16-year-olds, and he absolutely meant like, no, you're not the norm. You guys are like there's
You're
something
weird.
there's
Very
something
weird.
wrong with what you did, and we needed to know why you, of all the people in town, thought that was a good idea. But yeah, obviously you don't. You're like,
sweet.
he rolls his eyes, and you see him stand back up. There's a terminal next to where he like booped his card, and it's like a small like 3-inch screen, and you see him hit. There's only like 4 keys underneath it, and you see him like doot 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 hit a few keys, and it just says access granted across the screen for anyone who's looking at it. And eventually the elevator stops essentially, and there is a small garage door, probably like, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet wide. Not big enough to fit a car through. And you see there's like the red and yellow, like caution, paint around the trim of the door. He walks over, hits a button, a panel unfolds, and he puts his hand on it, and the door opens up. And he just kind of looks back and he says, okay, everybody, in here, inside the bunker, please. He like just holds up a hand, and like his eyes are closed, and he says, just please, just inside the bunker. I don't. Okay. And he just walks in.
I'm gonna look to Alara for confirmation.
Alara is just so like whatever, and is just walking in like arms crossed, doesn't know exactly, because like the pushback is not getting the reaction that she wants, and Dennis is not giving her the reaction she wants, but Dennis has now got like a track record of like several months now of not giving her the reaction she wants, so she's just like, there's like this, if there was like a cartoon speech bubble above Alara's head, it would be like, man, fuck this. And and she just like, she follows her, but she stays like very close to Otis.
If there was a cartoon bubble over Otis's head, it would just be, I'm better than a Russian spy.
Brandy, it occurs to you and not your character that perhaps when the children are in danger, the adults are far less sassable.
And that is correct and appropriate behavior.
It turns out the adults are adults. In a game of children, I have to behave like an adult.
In a group of children.
Yeah, in a group of children. Damn it, I'm a parent. This is ridiculous. So yeah, you cross your arms, snap a bubble of gum, and just dejectedly walk into this secret government literally underground bunker. Dennis waits until Otis scooches himself across the car and out of the door, and she brings up the rear. You can see and or hear her like hit a button on the interior, and you hear the tick 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 of the metal gate roll down, kind of securing you guys in here. You then hear the wrenching of metal, which is a horrible grinding sound of like as she turns the mechanism that sends the bolts out to lock the garage door in place, essentially. You guys look around in this room. This room is fairly simple. You were in some sort of cinder block, walled building. It's a single room here, other than the room you just left. It is fairly nondescript. Everything is sort of a gray, like cement kind of color. There's like 4 of those like half circle domed like halogen bulbs just above you, casting down like a sickening white kind of thing. You can hear the buzzing of those, like a few bugs just sort of mill about them. And in the center of the room, there is a large terminal of military computers, which essentially are imagine if your entire desktop setup was one device, was one giant box. KP, you'd be familiar with these on like a boat. There's a bank of these terminals, 4 of them, and then on the opposite side 4 more, and they're all like welded together
Servers?
with steel. What's that? No, it's
was
just
just like-
it's like submarine or command room.
Okay.
Style.
I'm like,
Yeah, style.
okay,
style,
okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Gotcha.
talking about? Yeah.
I like that you
the
guys
control.
are like referencing like, you know, Marines and submarines
Yeah.
and all of those things. And my brain was like plankton setup in SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to explain.
I
I'll send you
to
guys
be
a
honest,
picture.
it's not that far apart.
Yeah, you're not that far
to
off.
be fair,
You're not that far off.
I've
Yeah,
seen
it's really
hackers.
just like
I know things.
it's really just like a metal chamber of computers. But yeah, you see 4 of these with you know
Oh my God.
rollerball mouses and inlaid keyboards, and then 4 additional ones. And then you see on the wall there are 4 larger monitors that all in sequence turn on, and you can see they are monitoring places. One of them is monitoring the salvage yard, to which you see half dozen loop vehicles unloading and the people unloading from them. You see one of them is showing some kind of back room with a gray carpet, like maybe an office building or something like that. But it's like almost like a closet in there, like paperwork. A wooden shelf kind of runs around the side of it. You see a camera or a screen depicting the abandoned Stillwater Mill, you know, a few blocks away in town near the river, and you see one that flicks back and forth between the middle school and the high school. And LaBelle walks over and immediately starts like ticking away at computer terminals. Dennis just sort of stands there in front of the door. What are the 2 of you doing?
Oh, all attitude has dropped. This is Alara's like shit. All attitude gone. Absolute, just like big cartoonishly like heart eyes at the setup. This Alara does not have the hacking experience of alternate universe Alara, because this Alara had friends and boundaries once, and now only has one of those things. And so, but she's still very into tech and very into sci-fi stuff, although all of her knowledge is more theoretical. So she also has the entitlement of a teenager. She like walks right up behind LaBelle, like you would walk up behind your parent who's like on the computer, and you just walk up behind him like, what you doing? And she's just gonna like be like quietly looking at like as much as she can before she gets, you know, Men in Black mind wiped, I guess.
Yeah. Of course, that's exactly what would happen. Yeah. So you do that. I'm trying to find you a bank of computers pictures so you know what I'm talking about.
I'm
Yeah,
totally fine with imagining the chum bucket. I do not mind.
You see him typing at things, and you see the screen is like popping up, mostly like lines of code. So unless Alara has coding knowledge,
Some, but she wouldn't be able to like.
yeah, what you'd be able to
crazy
understand
shit.
here would be fairly rudimentary. But you see he's like typing in some things. You see him hit the enter command, and then a bunch of lines just start auto-populating. The page just keeps paging up,
Mhm.
and he immediately moves over to another one and starts typing away at another one. As you see whatever he's doing, he's starting some sort of sequence on these things. He does like glance over his shoulder at you, but judging by like the curious/vacant look on your face, he just continues typing, knowing that you have no idea what it is he's doing. And he does this again and again. So all 4 computers, he types a bunch of code for like a few minutes, hits a button, and you see different information come. And if you're watching, all 4 of those terminals are doing the same thing, but different words. You can like compare them.
That's not doing the same thing.
There's lines of code being written on all 4 of them, KP. It's
Good
just
job.
different. It's just different lines of code. So it looks the same unless you read into it more. And as soon as he hits enter on the 4th one, he moves around to the other side.
So what kind of a role would it take to be able to understand this out of pure curiosity?
To understand what code is happening, what the code, it would take a program.
Program? Oh yeah, I got nothing. Never mind.
Actually, let me roll and see if there's anything. It can't hurt. Oh, it's a 0, so let's see.
Yeah, I mean, can I still roll?
Yeah.
Okay,
Jesus, Mike, what did you put in chat?
Don't worry about it. It's not for you.
That's not a success. Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Don't worry about that.
Don't think about it.
That's the code you guys see. I was trying to make it realistic for you all.
Totally.
The 2 of you look on at this as he's just plugging away at some sort of code that makes literally no sense to you. It's like / letters /
We
letter.
really do make each other dumber. Oh no. Oh.
It do be like that. Yeah, you see him typing in like / letter, a bunch of different commands, like / / dot something something something. Like nothing makes sense. It looks like he's just programming gobbledygook, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
The entire time, Dennis just sort of stands there like she's waiting for something to happen. What are you doing besides trying to figure out the code?
I think Alara has had the right idea. There's this level of amazement, a little bit of fear, this dropping of that self-bravado that they had earlier. But the one thought that probably also is going through Ogis's head is, yo, Colt would have loved this. Holy shit. And he kind of just, and he thinks back to that day in the carnival. He goes, damn, the kid was right from the beginning. God damn it. Oh, I'm never gonna tell him. I'm not gonna tell him. I'm never gonna tell him about this. He's not gonna let me live this down. I'm not gonna tell him. And I'm just gonna stare at it. And then, is anybody watching me?
LaBelle is absolutely not watching you, and it's hard to tell if Dennis isn't like Hawkeyeing you. She's just sort of looking into the room, and there's only 4 of you in here, and it's not a big room.
I'm gonna go to the nearest panel and just kind of observe.
Okay.
And is there a pretty red button, Mike?
There are no pretty red buttons. However, you see a gray, like blank metal casing around this thing. Inset into that is your standard keyboard, just sort of crunched in a little bit. And you see that there is a roller ball with 3 buttons below it, acting as the mouse. That's all there is.
I'm going to, you just see just looking at it. He goes, and the first thought that comes to his mind is, better than a Russian spy. And then just goes, and he just like starts pretending he's a spy. He doesn't like actually press anything or doesn't try to press anything. It's like a lot of that pew pew computer games.
What's the facial expression that you're making? I need to know this.
It's just like this, like that pretend, like almost like.
Do you say that out loud?
No, under his breath, absolutely. You remember, okay, you want to know what
this
he
sounds like? Dead quiet room.
No, it's just like a really, you want to know what he sounds like?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember Kronk from Emperor's New
Groove? My god.
When he's trying to sneak out the Emperor, Cusco. Yeah.
Why am I now
poison for Cusco?
Yeah, the poison for Cusco. That poison.
Cusco's poison.
Yes. That scene where he's running around and you just see him go, and he's just like, I think I would imagine that as he starts out, he's very conscious of what he's doing and he's trying to do it very under his breath. But as he gets more and more into it, it's like that moment where you kind of like forget the room around you. And he's just like totally into this concept of being a spy.
I love teenagers.
Yes. And he's just going off that feeling, man. just being a kid, because he's a kid in a fancy tech room who has no idea what any of this is or how important any of it is. It's like when your child you take your child to work day and you're an IT guy and you leave your cubicle for maybe like 10 minutes to go to the bathroom, and then you come back and they're just typing away at your computer. That's what this is.
So we see the camera sort of does this 360 around the room where we see Dennis has like her head slightly cocked to the side, arms crossed, looking at Ojis, who is like started with like a not actually hitting any of the keys, but just standing there. And then the camera pans a few feet away, completely unbeknownst to each other. Alara stands there, arms crossed, head slightly cocked to the side, in the exact same position, watching Ojis. And then you like spins the trackball. And then the camera continues to turn, and you just see LaBelle stand up straight and look over the top of the computer as you send the trackball down. And the camera cuts across town. Fucking Christ.
Wow, it's gonna be a different vibe real quick.
I wrote like a whole page of notes that did not include that nonsense. The camera cuts across
Children,
town.
what do you expect?
Well, the elders, I didn't expect that from them. So the camera cuts across town to the sound of sneakers beating feet across wet pavement. Mac, I assume your skateboard has come down at some point. Colt is running as fast as your too tight shoes can carry you, and Jen is keeping pace with all of you. Where are you going?
Colt knows exactly where he wants to go. So here's what's gonna happen, right? Colt kind of now that Colt's got some legs on him, even though his feet are kind of goofy right now, he's gonna go ahead and like as soon as they're able to sneak out of the junkyard, like the nearest parked car that he could find, he's gonna kind of like do one of those and kind of look around and just stand real quiet and take an elbow to one of the windows. I want to break into the car and get them some wheels so they can get up and go. You're muted.
Roll me a force.
Yeah, I got you, bud. I can do that. Because you know what I stack my points in? Force. Yep. He's a hick. He's not a technician. He's no computer whiz, but sure knows how to hotwire a car now.
Yeah, so you you have Mac's shirt on, right? But like you're not still wearing the exact same clothes as you were before. You don't still have do you still have Charlie's jacket on?
Oh yeah, that's probably like all underneath. There was no time to take that stuff off. Maybe he's
Great.
like, as they were running, he's kind of pulling the headpiece off.
Yeah, the hood. Yeah, so you perhaps a small rip, given that you're basically punching out a glass. But one of the metal wires, like one of the metal like diodes, has a point to it, and you just elbow right in the right spot, and spider cracks the glass, and you just kind of push it in, and it immediately falls in all over the seat.
Oh my dude, this is 1980 something, right?
Yeah,
they don't have those fancy pane windows. That is just pure
true.
Shatterable glass.
That is true.
That
You're
just
right.
Shatters.
I just wanted to sound cooler. Yeah, so
It sounds way cooler.
You explode the window all inside the vehicle. All over the seat. You easily reach in, pop the lock and open pull the handle and open this car.
Yeah, hop on in. I think I know where we gotta go. I gotta see if this bunker's still here. It's gonna be a place that we could be safe for a little bit.
Okay. Roll me a tinker.
When you turn around, Max just holding her skateboard, staring at you wide-eyed, like, oh shit.
Okay. So you see Colt say, I think this bunker will be safe under there. He like looks at you, acknowledges that you're like holding your skateboard, ready to assist, and he just sort of like nods, like I didn't need that, and then ducks underneath. You see him rip wires out of the bottom of the car, grab a few of them, twist them together, grab another bundle, twist them together, and you see the car roars to life. He quickly ties them together, pulls out a little piece of tape that he had in his little utility pouch, tapes it together, and just sort of jams it back up under the steering wheel. And he hops in the driver's seat.
I look back at Jen, like when he's doing that, I look back at her like, you see this, right?
Yeah, Jen is in the same position of like, I'll help. Except she like pulled out a pocket knife to like help with the car, and then you just see her slowly close it and put it back in her pocket. And then she just like shakes her head to you and shrugs, and like lost for words as she walks to the back seat of this car.
I brush the glass out of the front seat. Get it like a shit.
The car roars to life, and when once you could imagine Colt sitting on a stack of foam booths and not being able to hit the pedals, he sits in like it's his car. Colt, where are you taking everybody?
Oh, I'm bullshitting my way. I want to go straight to that bunker.
Okay. I would like you to roll me.
That was like a safe house or something.
It was like a safe house. Yeah, I'd like you to roll me a comprehend.
Oh shit, not good at that.
You have a pride. You can spend a pride if you'd like. You have luck as well.
Oh, don't need it.
Jesus Christmas. Holy shit.
Disappear. I say you can do whatever you want today.
Disappear a kid into the future for 3 years and holy shit. Outstanding. Yeah, so the car roars to life. As soon as the doors, both doors are closed, there's not even time for you to pull a seatbelt on as the car sort of takes off, squealing down the rain-slick streets of Glenbrook. And you see Colt drive like this is not the first time he's driven. He drives straight down the road. He's staying in, like, he's the black crayon. He's staying in the lines. You see him like hit a corner. He takes the car around the corner. And he's driving like he knows where he's going. Mac, you have no idea where he's going. It is absolutely, what you do know is it is absolutely not the parking lot at the corner of 5th and Sanction. But he does drive through a bunch of these side roads and onto the main street, then immediately off of Main Street, and you see him drive towards vaguely in the direction of the quarry, but then turn off. And there's a row of warehouses. It looks almost like a U-store, right? But small warehouses, brick buildings, all garage doors that looked completely identical. And you see him slow down and pull up to one of them, and then slowly pull in to one of the doors.
Yeah, on the way, Mac is not silent. She is asking every question.
By all means, go for it.
You said you were here, but you weren't actually there. You said you were in another dimension. How do you get into another dimension, and how did you get back? And you said you met Mr. Trivedi over there. What the heck is he doing there? How long has it been for him? What did they do to get you back? And what the heck is that on your hand? It's so weird looking. Also, how long have you been able to drive a car? And when did you learn how to hotwire a car?
Maybe like two years ago. You kind of had to. I didn't exist out there, so I kind of had to just get by any way I could. You was there though. Otis was there. Lara was there. Jen, you were there too. And Mac, you had a couple of friends. I can't remember their name.
Dana and Tanner.
Cool. Yeah, Dana, Tanner, and Otis's boyfriend. Can't remember his name's bad.
No. Otis's girlfriend was Mac.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking up the shit, man.
Yeah.
Who's dropping the pies now?
Still gross. Nah, gnarly.
That took some time to adjust to.
Come here. Stop, Rufus. Let her be.
Hey, Dana and Tanner.
Yeah, your friends. y'all help me out. Y'all help me get to be able to come back. It took all this time. I would have been back sooner, I promise. I'm sorry that I wasn't, but like we couldn't find the right parts. We couldn't find Charlie. Then like the others, they found us, and then we had to go on the run again. And then there was a whole bunch of other robots that were chasing and hunting us. And I mean, it was not all y'all made it.
Hmm?
Oh,
I don't want to have to watch y'all die again. So we can do this early enough. We could save ourselves. We could save millions of people from the others.
wait, those are those the same others that we were warned about?
Yeah.
Who died? No, I don't want to know. That's sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us that's not so awful?
I mean, no, the future pretty much sucks. The music's great though. You'd love it. Actually, Mac, you were pretty. I mean, you're cool now, but like, you're really cool then and there. Alara helped me make this, and he kind of like pulls down
What,
his
buddy? You
his
can't
little
get-
wristwatch
sorry.
thing. I don't know if you could hear the cat meowing.
Animals.
He was trying to get in the closet. He was trying to open the door and said, "Mama."
As the two of you converse about the other side, there is you can kind of see it out of your periffs, and it's really only when it hits the glass that you begin to see a refracted red light, like sort of scanning the car. Colt, you knew to kind of expect this. Crossed your fingers for it. At the top of the garage door, there is a small red beam, sort of coming and scanning like a barcode reader is scanning the car. You see it cascade over the top of the car, and then turn off, and the garage door does not open.
Does it look like anybody's home?
You can't really tell. It's
Okay.
designed to be a nondescript building.
Mhm.
You know what, you rolled 2 comprehends earlier. Your best guess is something about the occupants of the car itself, the something does not register with an authorized user of this thing, so it scanned the vehicle and did not automatically open for you.
Right.
You may be able to force it somehow.
Yeah, I think. Hey, Matt, can I borrow your skateboard?
Yeah.
Like Mac was about to ask, "What do you need it for?" But then thinks better of it and just hands over the skateboard. Like, you know what you're. Obviously.
Yeah, Colt's gonna hop out of the car and just kind of like wedge the skateboard in and use it as a lever and just try to like step on it and pry the door open up a bit.
Okay. Let me verify something. Mac, that is your iconic item, correct?
Yeah,
It is.
can't break it.
Thank God, because otherwise I was also like,
Yeah, no, that skateboard's about to get broken.
It was about to, but it's your iconic item, and I can't break your
it's
iconic
your
items.
got it, man.
Well, that's the thing.
That's why
is
you asked for
so
the skateboard.
I
Gnome is
can.
playing 5D chess.
Well, the thing is you can lose or break or damage your iconic items, but by the next episode, you have it back to normal. So essentially, it can't be damaged. Roll me a force, Colt. You're gonna need 2 successes for this.
Ooh.
This is a reinforced metal door that you're trying to open with a skateboard and some foot power.
Does he get a
Ooh.
+2 since it's my iconic item?
Oh,
Who? No, but I will let you use the help action and give him a +1 die.
Hey, whatever. That's fine.
Nope, just a 1. Just
One
the one
success.
success.
Okay, cool. So you get to the base of this door and you sort of jam a couple times just to get enough of a wedge, sort of grinding out the back foot stall of the board, and you get it under there, and you sort of steady yourself and like lean against the door, find the right position, and you stomp on this. It pops out immediately. You jam it back in again, a couple more times. You stomp on it. The force of the door and your foot, it's just popping it out of the thing. It's not actually opening the door. Yeah. You see Jennifer, sort of like, it's weird because timid isn't a word you'd use to describe Jen, but she sort of pops her head out and she like puts a hand on top of the hood and sort of leans out and says, we could just drive in. As she realizes that that is also a terrible idea, but still has to suggest it because, 16-year-olds.
Colt looks over to Mac as if like he needs the reassurance that like, oh yeah, we could do that.
How, from Mac's point of view, which would win in a fight, the door or the car that we stole?
I mean, here's the thing, right? You have about 15 feet of clearance behind you to get a good, to get up to ramming speed.
Yeah.
The door is gonna come down unless this is some sort of like reinforced steel something. It looks like a typical like you store it style roller door, right? So if this is an aluminum door made to look like all the rest of them, it's gonna go through. However, that car is like a banged up Ford Escort. So like the windows are gonna shatter, the front end is gonna be dented in, like there's gonna be smoke and radiator fluid leaking out of this thing. It's not gonna be drivable. However, you can get in.
We didn't have to drive home. We just had to get here.
There you go.
Um,
Brandy, I also had a 1985 Ford Escort. It was older than me.
Okay, in fairness, mine was a 98 Ford Escort, but yes.
Yeah.
Mac just
99
kind of
Toyota
looks like,
Corolla.
I mean, if we do ram it with the car, we probably won't be able to drive the car away. So, that's a thing.
All in favor of smashing the door in?
Hand sticks out of the window.
She so would.
do you put your hand up?
Colt hesitated. He didn't know. He's like, that was a good point, but we gotta get in there. So,
Okay. You don't really need my vote then,
I just, yeah, you have a lot of good ideas, Mac. I just,
That wasn't my idea.
nope, it wasn't. He's gonna dust off the front seat again and sit back in. Y'all probably don't want to be in here.
I'm questioning if it's a good idea if you're in there too. Like,
Oh, I'm just gonna let it go.
okay.
And I just like step back 2 feet further than I already was. Like I'm just like walking back to the side so that. Is there like anybody else here?
No. There is no one else here. Colt, roll me a comprehend.
Whoa.
Or a tinker.
Tinker's better. Tinker, I got way more of a chance. Oh, but a 9.
You can re-roll on you can roll a luck. You can
It's not
take a
that
condition.
important.
Okay. Yeah. Here's what you'll know for free, right? With the amount of clearance you have, obviously you can you take the seat belt, you strap it to the wheel to keep it sort of straight. You put some kind of rock on the gas pedal. If you let this go without a pilot of some kind, it will drive through and hit the back wall. What happens from there is an unknown variable. That's all I'll give you for free.
I have a question. Why do we have to force our way into this place? And if we do crush our way in, how do we have that as protection? Because then it doesn't have a door anymore.
I don't need it for protection. We need it for information. Supplies, if there's still supplies or anything in there.
If we crash through, then we might damage anything that's in there. Do you know exactly what's in there right now?
No, it's been a couple of years. It might not even be here anymore. Or be here any when? I don't know. Time's confusing.
Okay, here's a question. Are you supposed to be here now?
Yes.
At this one now?
I wasn't supposed to leave.
Okay, then what if you go knock on the door and if anyone's there, they might let you in?
Or they might shoot us.
You would assume that all the banging of the skateboard, somebody would have heard that, but no one did. Colt.
Yeah. They didn't hear us trying to break in already. I mean, if you can figure out another way to get in, I'm all ears. I don't want to have to destroy nothing but.
I got nothing.
Fuck it, ball.
Could you like hack the thingy? The pad?
You know, there is no pad.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not Alara. I don't know how to hack stuff.
Okay. Well,
Mojus was here. The two of us could probably just ram it, just with our shoulders or something. But
let's deal. My shoulder is much less dense than a skateboard.
All right. What if I just like carefully rammed it, like just kept driving into it until it dented enough we can wedge in, or
you could try that.
I was gonna say, are you asking me?
Sure. Like, obviously, Jen thinks it's a good idea. So, and she's older than both of us.
I'll be honest. I just want to see it happen. I have no real idea what he hopes to find in here. Sorry, man. I have no idea what help. I can't call you like little dude anymore. I don't know what you expect to find in there. I just thought it would be. I've never driven. You know, in movies, and they drive through the fence, and it looks. I just thought it'd be.
You want to do it?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
All right, sit in the seat. Go ahead.
Oh, you. Okay.
I've done this a time or two before. It's fine. Just duck. A lot of glass. Close your eyes.
Okay. Does anyone else want to get in? She gets out, gets in the driver's side, buckles in. Never used one of these before. No? Okay.
Just pedal to the metal.
Just me. You hear like the clutch pops and then like turns the car off, turns it back on, grinds it into reverse, backs up the car. You guys sure?
Yeah, you got this.
No one else wants to? Okay. Just me. And then into first.
She's scared.
Into first. Don't let her hear you say that. And immediately drives this thing the full 15 feet, getting up to a whole 20 miles an hour. And the second corruption bar of the night comes into play as you see her drive directly through this gate And you would expect Colt to hit a wall. Instead, you no longer hear the sound of of car on tires, and you hear "Fuck!" Inside the bunker, as everyone looks up at zing, you all hear the sound of crunching metal outside of the bunker, and LaBelle stops. What the fuck? And he
I didn't do it.
Hand to his chest, adjusts his tie. What the fuck was what?
I didn't.
Alara
that
Scooby-Doo
wasn't me.
jumps on like Otis.
Huh.
You see Dennis
said there
quickly
was-
run over, and she grabs cranks it back. The two pins pull inside, and she reaches down and throws the door up, and you see a billow of black smoke just sort of floods in here. Acrid, burning rubber wires, etc.
Safe house not safe. Safe house not safe. Safe house not safe.
Shut up!
And you see light coming from that room.
Oh God.
And Dennis just sort of stands there and puts a hand on her head and just looks at that. Alara, Otis, what are you doing?
Walking up quickly past, well, now that I've jumped out of Otis's arms again, like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy.
Yeah.
I like to think that occasionally you freak out and try to jump towards me, and
Where it's Scooby on Shaggy action.
Yeah.
You walk out, and through the haze of smoke and sparks and chemical smells, you see that there is a blue Ford Escort sitting inside the black Chrysler LeBaron.
Oh my god.
No, I wanted that to be you so bad.
Bro.
Yeah, Alara's I'm just like walking like kind of, like in like E.T. when they're in like an old movie like that, like there's that like smoke steam coming off of something. You just
Like
do
the
that
spaceship.
like slow walk up towards it, as if walking slow can help you in any way. And Alara's just got like kind of like a hand like up just in case something jumps out. It's just like going closer.
Yeah, you
don't go.
You move closer and you like start wafting away this acrid black smoke. And as you sort of walk closer, you just see like the front end of this car is like bent up, right? The axle is like bent, the actual chassis is bent. It took a nosedive into this. So like where the driver and passenger seat of the LeBaron would be, that's where the engine block of the Ford Escort is. So at an acute angle, you see sitting still in the car is Jennifer, white knuckling the steering wheel and just sort of staring forward. She is hanging by the seatbelt, like a good 6 inches off the backrest of the vehicle, like of the car, just sort of white knuckling this thing. And then you hear like, and the engine sputters out. Another gout of smoke happens, and you hear a hose pop, and just liquid starts pouring out of this thing.
And then
You see Alara.
here.
I was just gonna just say that the only thing Otis does is as begrudgingly as he can, like he doesn't want to, but Alara's moving forward, so he's like shit, and he kind of walks behind her with his like hockey stick up in the air, ready to just like thwack whatever might jump out in front of us. So yeah,
Perfect. Yeah, so you creep up from behind. As you like walk this and you see her like a crazy look, like eyes wide, full aggro mode. Mac
Hot.
and Colt, you stand above the hole, looking into a cartoonishly car-shaped hole in the garage door, and it just goes down like 10 feet. And you see a mangle of two cars.
Jen, are you okay?
You see, everyone sees like one hand shakily move out and then just thumbs up out of the car. Mac and Colt, in the darkness, you see that thumb just like sort of shaking as it's out there.
Oh, thank the mother.
So safe house is totally not secure and safe. I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah.
Like You got a car, just go through it, no problem. Like
Alara's just gonna kind of approach the car, like, and like pull like a sleeve over so that she doesn't touch any glass or whatever, and like, because I'm assuming the windows did not survive that.
Oh, there's no glass. The
There's
glass
no
is
glass in this car.
exploded all
Yeah.
over this building.
Just
She
gonna,
she has like
reach
cuts
in.
and nicks on her hair, on her face and hands
Yeah,
and stuff.
just gonna reach in to kind of like touch Jen's shoulder, and
She immediately like starts, and then you see that's the first time she's looked away from like this like yeah kind of face she's making, and she like looks to you and she says, "Oh, I found
Hi.
Alara."
Sure did do that. Let's get out of this before it explodes.
How did you guys get into Colt Safe House?
Colt safe house?
Colt's
Wait,
what?
where's Colt? You were supposed to be with Colt. Where the hell is my brother?
She just sort of like points up,
I don't.
and you see
Up here.
Mac standing with some random 15-year-old kid.
Holy shit, Mac! And you just see Colt. I mean, I'll just run up, and then
Mac.
like
No,
first.
there's no
You
running
can't
up.
run up.
There's
Yeah.
a 10-foot hole.
Oh,
You're-
okay.
Yeah, the
You're just
elevator
looking.
was down, and she just drove
Oh.
off a cliff onto
Oh, okay.
it.
Mac, you get a boyfriend or something? This is kind of not the time.
Yo, who's the
I
dude?
don't. How
Anyways,
dark is it right now?
Like comparatively, it's a lot darker, like where they are because of all the smoke, and they're in a hole. There's no light
Okay,
in this
well,
tunnel.
Colt can see that Mac turns beet red at that.
Yeah, you guys are in daylight.
No, this is Colt. Colt.
sup, Colt?
Oh yeah. Mac, you were dating my brother.
What?
Ew!
He's like, who's that?
I would
This dude.
say-
We can hear all this. Like, is that close enough that we can
I mean,
hear?
as long as if
Absolutely.
Colt said it loud enough.
Colt said it kind of quietly.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
then.
Yeah.
that's a
You
few
hear
of
you hear
people
the
on a
what
straight ahead.
though?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
For sure, you hear the what.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna have my
next-
son just y'all do that. I'm gonna pull Jen out of the car.
Yeah. Roll me a force.
Cool. I'm gonna drop my girlfriend again.
Oh no.
No, dude.
as that's happening, and no.
You grab the handle, and like you pull some like shirt over your hand, and you grab the busted out window. You plant 1 foot on the Baron and 1 foot on the tire, and you go to wrench the door open. That door's not moving.
Fun fact, I have been in that position and done that
Oof.
before with a washing machine where the timer ran out and it wouldn't let me take my clothes out without putting in an extra euro, and I'm cheap. So I tried to bust it open and instead fell on my ass.
What a journey!
Oh.
What a journey that story was.
You're so welcome.
I've been in that situation, but instead of a
real-
person in a car, it was laundry and a washing machine.
That's life.
As I see, like, you just see just like as he's looking up trying to figure out where his brother is, he hears Alara fall down and turns over and he goes, one second, what? I got this, come here. And I first lift up Red.
like
And
a
then-
fucking puppy. Just...
Yeah. You should next time just let the experts do it. And then I walk up.
He picks you
and-
up. That was embarrassing for everyone. Just standing.
Yes. You see just like crack his neck and like go like this. And then I'm Force, was it that you wanted?
Yes, force.
Okay. I'm gonna actually, quick question. Is there any place I can use my hockey stick as leverage?
Sure.
Okay.
Roll
Would
force
that
with
give
a
me
+2 bonus.
fuck yeah. No, thank God.
Yeah.
That's even with that was one success.
Yeah. So you get in a similar position,
God.
except
sorry.
you incorporate the hockey stick in some way that I can't imagine with my head, and you wrench out the door. And for a second, like Jennifer starts to like fall sideways, but the belt catches her, and she just kind of looks to you and says, "Oh, I found Otis."
Sup? More like I think we found you, dude. Like you just kind of we've been here. You're the one who kind of just that was pretty cool though.
Okay.
Structural integrity tested.
Flying
Nice.
girlfriend appears now that
Okay.
I am no longer being held or standing in the corner of shame.
She looks to you, There's not enough room for you to actually get up there, Alara. But you see, as you're like standing directly behind Otis, Otis, you see Jen look over to you, and she like leans in close enough that you can hear, but Alara can't. And she says, "Tell no one of this moment." And then you hear click, and she falls directly like into your arms.
Ooh. It takes that just for a second to understand, and then he goes, "All right, dude. Oh, dude. Like I know. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Just get some leverage out there. Whoa, we broke the buckles all by yourself. Dang, that got stuck in pretty hard. Like you just ripped it out and totally, yeah. You know."
She like clambers to her feet and does her best to regain any of the cool points she just lost as she plummeted in free fall. And then she like does one of these,
Yeah.
and looks at Alara and says, "Hey."
Oh, it just does like tries to do a fist bump to see if if she sees me.
You just get hung there for a minute.
Yes.
And she just doesn't.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi. So, nice ride.
Thanks. Colt stole it.
Colt stole it.
What? My brother stole it? Where is he?
He came.
Is he in the car? You just see like just jump right back into the car.
No, he's
What
right.
the-
Get out of the car. It's gonna. He's right
Where's
there
it?
next to
Otis?
Mac.
I mean,
You're
Colt?
Otis. What are you
Colt.
doing? He's right there.
The fuck? Where?
Camera
Where's-
pans up to where Mac and Colt are. And Mac sitting there like, no, that's not possible because he likes Lucas.
Yeah, no, you were both really. I mean, it was pretty gross. Like all the time, just straight up sucking
Oh,
face.
Oh, whoa.
Traumatizing.
That doesn't sound like me.
It was so much
Well,
time.
it
I don't
wasn't
know
you.
why.
It was just like a version of you.
Okay.
That was also
Amazing.
apparently way cooler than he said earlier. You looked so cool in the other one. Also, you're dating my brother.
None
Of
of this
all
has
the
got lost
knuckleheads.
on Mac.
Yeah, yeah.
There was like, you're cooler in the other one.
Yeah.
You wore cooler clothes. You had a boyfriend.
You dated my
like,
brother.
Like, man.
Why am
The
I
other
in
Mac
this
sounds
life?
really awesome. Why'd you come back?
I just want everyone to know I didn't make any of the alternate characters. This is their own fault. Collectively.
No, that was me and KP wanting to fuck with Gnome.
Yes.
Yep. Gross, gnarly, disgusting, still gross.
But like
Yeah.
that would be the best.
Um,
Like,
Alara
Mac's been
probably-
thirsty this whole time. Let's make her the complete opposite.
Let's give her something to drink.
So-
A tall glass of Otis.
Oh,
Never say that again.
No.
First of all, never
I
say
was
that
gonna say
again.
I was gonna say OJ, but then I remembered what the time frame is, and that doesn't
no.
apply either.
Oh,
It got worse.
definitely not that.
It
Anyway,
got worse.
you didn't
No.
think it could. So I'm gonna turn around. I have clambered onto. Luckily, we're teenagers. Nothing could make Jen less cool to Alara. She's got those really nice teenage relationship glasses on. So like in her eyes, Jen climbed out of there like a total badass.
Yeah, flipped out,
Yeah.
punched the door open herself.
Yeah. There's an explosion in the background. Alara's like, oh hi.
Yeah, she didn't even flinch.
And so she's got like a grip also because she's had a really shit evening and just got like a grip on the arm and is gonna turn back towards where the adults were to see if they're there.
Crushed.
LaBelle is not. You saw him walk over, and so at some point during all of this, he must have just left. He must have just walked back in
Very
of like
fair.
I don't have time for this, whatever this is. Whatever I have going on is more pressing. But you do see that like now fully standing like in the doorway, like leaning against one of the like the walls is Dennis, just sort of looking at the three of you in the hole, and then up at the two of you at the top, and just back and forth, and like leans and looks at the car that is completely irreparable, And she's just standing there, amazed by everything going on, watching this unfold in silence.
Hi. Any way for us to get down there that doesn't include crashing another car?
She looks up to you and kind of points. There's a service ladder.
Great.
You see that from where you are, you could like shimmy down into the hole, and then there's kind of like a few feet away from where you are is the ladder down. Like you're like the hole is in the center of the door, and the ladder is on the left side of the door going down the wall.
Perfect. I will do that.
Yeah. Great. So roll me a move, if you could, and Colt the same if you're headed down there as well.
Please do not eat shit. I cannot.
I eat shit. Mac still shaking, kind of.
Oh no.
So about half an hour ago, she was standing, saying goodbye to Colt as an 11-year-old with a robot that she didn't trust. And then suddenly he's 15. His entire everything has changed, and he stole a car and then told her that she was dating his brother in another life.
Yeah.
So she's a little distracted right now. She probably just completely slips on like one of the rungs and just eats it.
Yeah, and there's a weird thing happening in your brain. You have no idea why. There's no evidence to prove yes or no, but something in the back of your head is reminding you that maybe he has abs. And you slip on your Chuck Taylors as you like down a few rungs. And it's that like if you ever slipped on a ladder and you just ground the ladder into your shin bone, so you recover, but it hurts like a bitch, and a lot of cool points went out the window. You'll take the injured condition, but you make it down just fine.
Great.
Colt, however, you follow that lack of grace, and you kind of pull yourself on and just hand over hand, boom, 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 down. Looks great. 10 out of 10. If Mac was confused about how cool you looked, you just, the ease in which you swung that was like a gymnast.
This was not the cool Mac that we saw in the last few episodes.
If ever there was a doubt that you were back in regular Glenbrook.
Oh,
Aris, I love you so much.
Yeah, we are back to regular Mac, who is very not cool.
Not
There's
the
Supreme,
five of
not
you,
the Supreme Mac.
Yeah, the five of you are now collectively in the smoldering hole.
Sup, dude? Yeah, so
just doesn't even get a chance to talk. Colt immediately just grips on and holds him like he has not seen him in 3 fucking years.
And Colt, I mean, like, just has no idea what to do exactly, because he's like, this is a strange dude just coming up and hugging me, like,
you see Mac
and
looking
just like he just pats him on the back of his head, and just like he goes, yeah, he's like absolutely lost for words. Like he's like,
yeah, Mac's trying to sniggle to you, like, yes, hug him.
Okay. And then he just like follows Mac's command and just like hugs him back in the most uncertain way.
There are tears just running down Colt's face.
Do I hear this?
Feel like the puddle.
He's like,
and just just. I lost you once. I'm not gonna lose you again. There's so much. There's so much.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't like playing hide and seek or something, dude. But I'm right here. Hey, you found me. And
Well, you might want to do some explaining.
Yeah. And
Did you say
like
Colt?
steps back and sniffles a bit and just wipes his eyes, and they're big old red now.
Is he still recognizably Colt? I guess
he's got those like those the chubby cheeks still. He's not like muscular or anything. He's not toned, but he's kind of like he's one of them farm boys that definitely
Mm.
ate the corn a lot. And just lived off of corn and eggs.
The
Gonna grow
hardy.
up to be a linebacker. Still
Mm.
has a huge growth spurt to come, but went through one big one already.
Yeah.
But he's got those like really innocent eyes still, and the big, you know, like the chunky furrow brows, and he's still wearing the same thing that he was wearing.
Yeah.
It's just everything's much smaller. He was hoping that he would, when he came back, he would go back down to being regular size, and that's not what happened.
You just see just look very confused for a second. He just stares at you. He goes, dude, are you like, he doesn't want to say it. He doesn't, but he says it anyways, because the implication for him means something completely different. But he goes, are you like related to Colt or something? Like a cousin or something, dude? Like,
just I am Colt.
That's funny, dude. That's funny, dude. I mean, no, seriously, Mac. Where's my brother? Where's Colt? Is
Him.
Huh?
Colt's gonna reach out to Ogis's hand if he lets him.
Yeah.
And reach into his pocket and take the crumbled up photograph and cusp it in your hand. Ogis, your dad sent me. This is from your dad.
Okay.
He's okay. He's just.
I don't know if this is something like. I'm pretty sure it's not April Fool's, but I'm sorry. Like this is you know, I don't. This is not funny. This isn't really. It's not. I mean, sorry if you're trying to make a joke. You know, haha. But you know, the joke would be like, you know, like one of those Bugs Bunny types. You put a little zapper in your hand. You zapped me when you shook my hand earlier, or you know, like the flower with the water coming out. But this, you need to work on your jokes, man. Like, not funny. This, not cool.
There is nothing funny about the look on Colt's face. Like he's got scars, bruises. He looks like he has seen some shit and has survived some shit.
Just when you mime what a hand buzzer does from Bugs Bunny, you like absent-mindedly press your hand together with your other hand, and it sort of smooths out this picture that is in here. And it is it on the back of it, you can see like Kodak in a diagonal pattern, and it says Ogis and Dad, and it's like 83 or 82 or something like that. A year prior, a year before he left, right? And you, as you kind of like flip it over in your hand, you see that this is a memory. This is a memory between you and your dad. It's a picture that your mom took on an old like Kodak wind up disposable camera, and he has his arm around you, and it was a family vacation before he left and before Colt was ever in the picture.
You see Ogis finally look at this photo. You just, it's not. And then he starts to visibly shake for a second. And he goes, he's going to crumple it back up. And he's going to toss it over his shoulder.
No. Oh.
And he looks at you. He goes, Colt, is that really you? What the hell? Dude, you grew up.
I was gone for life.
He hugs you. And this time he hugs you hard. And he goes, oh my God, what the hell? What the hell happened? What happened to you? What happened to you? What? And then he like grabs your face, like, what the hell happened to you? Are you okay? Where's dude? What are all these scars? Like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? Cold, buddy. What?
Well, just I need you to listen, okay?
Yeah.
I know your dad says he loves you and that he's sorry, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your father.
I don't know where you went. I don't. Why did you have to leave in the first place? Where were you? Where did you go?
Here, but another dimension.
What?
In the future. I know it sounds far-fetched, but that's where your dad is. And last I saw, he was still alive. I don't know if he is now. It took a lot of sacrifice to get me here. And he kind of like looks over to Alara. We have a lot of work to do.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, you're here. Okay, you're home. All right, you're back. Oh God, Mom's gonna freak. We should. Do you have any makeup or something? Like, and he turns to Alara.
Always.
Like, maybe like
Always.
The scars. Maybe I don't know. Like
everyone.
And he tries to
I am a very different color. So the makeup was probably not gonna help.
Everyone other than Otis has clearly noticed that Colt is at least an entire foot taller. If not 2 feet taller. Like he is like a foot and a half taller than he
Colt
was.
was like 4'5".
You have to understand. Otis is 6 something.
Like 5'5". Yeah.
To me, you're still short stuff. So I just said because he goes, okay, maybe it's. And he like does the buff out kind of thing where he kind of wets his like he tries to rub it off of him.
Oh, just your mom's gonna know.
Okay, all right.
She'll notice. Believe me, it's like women's intuition. There's something different here.
Or having eyes.
Okay.
That too.
Okay.
Alara's gonna come up
be nice about it, but you know,
from like where she's been standing and give Colt a big hug because he looks like he needs one, and he is now no longer the little baby that she was helping protect. But he also still is
so tight. So tight.
Big hug. You're so much taller than me, but I will forgive you on the condition that at some point, and you like, and so this now like she leans in very close so that only Colt can hear it, and is like, you have got to give Otis like a noogie at some point, please.
Still taller.
Promise.
Thank you. Okay, kid.
And he goes, okay, yeah. Well, and he turns to the rest of to Mr. LaBelle and the rest. He goes, yeah, I'm not staying here.
LaBelle is still inside the main bunker room.
Yeah,
he has not come out yet.
He goes, dude, like, we have to go get Mom. Like, they keep saying that stuff's happening down here, like something's going down, and people need to come into the bunker, but Mom's still out there. We were hoping they would get to you too and bring you here, but well, I mean, you turned up yourself, but we need to go get Mom. We need to bring Mom back home, and then the whole family is going to be together. All right, we'll make it up. We'll make this out. And you can make it very clear. I think Colt specifically would be able to.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. They won't tell us.
About that. So there's like an emergency, and a bunch of cars were sent out from the loop, like the one, and like gestures to the pile of car under the other pile of car. Is very grateful that she wasn't in that car anymore and that they got out of it. And gestures like behind her and is like, we're here with the circus guy and public enemy number 2, and we're kind of on lockdown in here, or at least we were until you busted the door open.
Lara points over her shoulder towards the back door, and as you look that way, Mac, you see that Dennis, who was kind of like leaning with like the middle of her back against the door jamb. You see her like look into the room that you can't see. She stands up straight, uncrosses her arms, takes a step out of the door, and kind of moves out of the door. And walking, trudging through the door is a very different LaBelle than you've ever seen.
Huh?
His suit jacket is off. His white like business shirt is rolled up to the elbows. And he is rubbing his hands with a rag, and you see that like his hair, which is normally like coiffed back and gelled, you see there's a few loose strands just sort of like down at the temples. And he sort of tosses the rag back inside that room. And he says, "Well, huh." And he looks back at the car again, now that the smoke has fully cleared. He looks around the room, looks at Jennifer, looks at all of you, stops on Colt for a minute. How's the shoke?
What?
Doing all right.
How long were you there?
3 years.
How'd you get back?
Sacrifice.
Wait. Wait. You knew?
I already told you. I told you on the drive over here. Where you're
about my brother. About
Well, there's only a certain number of emergencies that can trigger these kind of alarms. Calculated assumption that I see him 3 years older than he was last time I saw him, so...
Fix him. Bring him back. Bring him to what he was supposed to be. Give him back. Bring him back.
First time.
You could send people to different dimensions. Clearly.
One time. We did, it was a one-way trip.
Yeah, my dad. You sent off my dad. Bring my brother back.
He's right there.
You son of a bitch. I swear to God, I'm not here. I'm done. I'm so fucking done right now.
Just
Stop fucking with my family. Stop doing shit to them. No, you bring him back now. You
I
bring
didn't
him
send him anywhere.
Otis,
There's like a hand from Alara also like on Otis's like arm. Just
I
grab
know
him.
you're angry, but cursing at people and demanding things doesn't work. It doesn't work, Otis. Yelling obscenities is not going to get you what you want.
Yeah, well, doing nothing didn't get me what I want either. They took and they took and they took. I'm not. You explained this to my mom.
What?
You explained this to my.
Who took what? Colt went on his own accord, and he's obviously back. Now, if
Because
you
of
can't appreciate what's in
what
front
they've
of
been
you,
doing.
then why are you even bothering with anything?
Mr. Trivedi, I have no idea how your brother went wherever he went. I made a calculated assumption. I don't know how he got back. I don't know how to get people back. And I did not take your father from you. As I told you, a mere, 45 minutes ago, was a volunteer program. Your father left of his own accord. He decided you needed him more than you needed your father. And he sort of nods over to Colt.
Oh. Ow.
So,
Okay.
any issues you have with your family are yours to take up with your family.
All right. Well, then I'm
I
going to go
didn't
and do
force
that now
anyone's
then.
hand. Great. I
Otis,
didn't
you
force
can't
anyone's
leave.
hand. What's that?
No, sorry, I thought Otis was leaving, so Alara
Oh yeah,
like,
he
"You
was
can't-
he was
you
absolutely he was like,
can't
all right, I'm
leave.
done here.
Otis, you can't leave.
I can't believe I can absolutely. They came in. I can absolutely leave. I don't have to sit here with all of this bullshit that's happening, and then that smug face over there.
Okay, well, if you leave, you're leaving by yourself because Jen and I, quick check, cool, are staying because obviously there's something that needs to be done, and I don't know, feels very world endy right now. Colt looks, he needs hugs. No offense,
he needs my
Kid.
mom. Let me summarize my life right now, if you don't mind. Okay, my dad left me and fucked off to a different dimension because he didn't want to be with me. He sent me my brother, which was fine, fantastic. He's awesome. I loved him. And then he got sent off on some other world, and a child got sent off on some world-saving mission, all right? By, I don't know how, why, or who, but all I know is the only connection is all this bullshit that's happening at this loop, right?
Yeah, but
so he goes
I'll
off.
just-
Hold up. No, hold up. No, I'm not done with my entire life that's going on right now. And then he comes back, scarred, bruised, 3 years older. God knows what he's experienced.
And you're making this about you.
No, I'm making this about my family and what happened to this family because of them. And I want to take my brother and I want to leave whatever this bullshit situation is happening here. And I'm going to take him to my mom so that we can be together as a family and figure this out together.
Alara is going, I asked for consent beforehand, just above the table for safety purposes. Alara is going to slap Ojas cracked straight across the face.
Everyone sees LaBelle open his mouth, and then he pauses as the kind of echoes in this room.
Ow, that hurt. Good Foley work, but that hurt. Kids don't do that at home. Yeah, Alara is very much in the same camp as Mac, and it's after the slap is like grab by the shoulder, you kind of pulling because we're not near eye level. My dude, I'll never say this again. I love you. You need to snap out of it. I get it. Your life sucks.
No,
We have all shut up. We have all lost a parent before. And I know it's always different, but all of us are in shit right now. And weird as it is, that is your brother. And nobody made him go anywhere. You know him. You know him better than anybody. He went because he knew it was the right thing that he felt he had to do. And if he regrets that, that's his thing to live with, because like it or not, he is a person and he'll be an adult and he's a teen. And that's a bit weird. And I don't know how old you are inside your head, Colt, but you're a person. You've always been a person. You made your own choices. We have to respect it. And now something's obviously happening and we have to fix it. Okay. We didn't break into a government facility just for shits and giggles. We broke in because we thought it was the right thing to do. If something had happened to us, that would have been something that we had to deal with. Now, this is something Colt did, and we have to deal with it together, because when our parents suck, or when they're not here, when they can't be here, or when they don't want to be here, it doesn't matter. We're family. And also, I'm not saying that again. So I need you to fucking take a chill pill and listen and just, fucking, we have to go with the flow. Colt needs you to be his strong big brother right now, not fucking lose it like this. There you go.
Mr. Trivedi, I'm going to explain this in as simple words as I can. For that spy theme, I'll need to make them as even more simple. The other place, the other Glenbrook, is where your brother is from. They did something to him over there. I don't know if it worked or not. I don't think so. Either way, things went badly. And we found out. We found the connection. We found the liminal space. And we pulled him there. It was a one-way trip. In hopes whatever they did could help us here to prevent what was happening to them. A short list was created, a list which contained your father's name, a voluntary basis, and a scout was sent, a forward observer, a one-way trip to the other Glenbrook. He was sent, and his entire mission was to report back. There is a reason why he left, and shortly thereafter, the adoption went through for Colt. Not a mere coincidence. He has been reporting. Whatever intel we have been able to use from him has been used to aid us in the creation of certain things to hopefully stop what happened over there. However, I understand that all of this is a lot to take in, especially for you. Everything we have done may now be for naught. As much as you blame me for your brother's recent gallivant, welcome back, Mr. Berenson. The incursions have begun. The hole you ripped in, time, space, etc., has let some things in behind you. That was the emergency. That is why half a dozen of my cars were at Tommy Vernon's salvage yard. That is why we were safely in this bunker. Now, Mr. Berenson, if you would like to explain...
His name is also Trivedi.
If you would like to explain in equally simple words what you saw over there in the other Glenbrook so you can paint an apt picture for what is about to happen here in a way that your brother may understand, please do so. I need to finish up. And he turns and walks back into the room.
I flip him off as he's walking away.
Okay. He doesn't see. He walks back into the room and you can immediately hear in the dead silence, you can hear of keys striking.
I think Colt is, I think Otis is too afraid at this point too, or too just emotional to turn around. So he's just going to just stare off, I guess.
Things are going to happen real fast. The others, those faceless ones, the beings from another dimension, they're coming.
Colt, why'd you go?
It's the right thing to do. That's why I came back.
As soon as he says it was the right thing to do, just turns around and then goes in for another hug with Colt. But as he goes in, you just see him just pull him down again and then just starts giving him the biggest nookie. He goes, why do you have to do everything yourself, you piece of shit, you selfish piece of shit? You could have just called for me. You could have asked for me. You could have waited. You could have waited. We could have gone together. God damn it. God damn it. Look at you right now. How am I going to explain this to mom? And just starts getting all his frustration into that nookie on you. And then he just picks you up and then just like lifts you up and hugs you and just like goes, you promised me. You freaking promised me. Next time you do any stupid thing like this, you take me with you, all right? I can't protect you if I can't be your brother if I'm not there with you. I just can't. I can't do it if I'm not there.
That's the thing, Otis. You can. You already did. You get a second chance here.
All right. Okay. All right. Second chance. Cool.
So when you
Yeah.
when he left, it was after you guys had gotten into the car that we.
And I just like point at the car on the ground next to us.
You had just gotten in the car, and then we saw Charlie, and everything happened really fast.
Yeah, happened pretty fast here too.
Like he was only gone for about 10 minutes.
I
I was actually just starting to wonder if I should like stay there. Like, what would I have done if it taken you a lot longer, or if you didn't come back? I just probably would have stayed there, standing in that spot for like an hour, 2 hours, hoping that you came back. I'm really glad you're back, Colt.
Glad to be back. I missed you guys.
I was also very worried about how I was going to explain to Mrs. Trivedi that you were gone, but now you get to explain to her why you're just grown up.
Oh fuck! I'm so in trouble. I'm so in trouble.
No, it's not past your curfew yet. You're good.
No, not the same thing.
Well,
No.
Colt's kind of 3 years past his curfew.
Oh,
And his
dude, we're
curfew's way
so
earlier.
in trouble.
Not in this world.
I can deal with that. You hear from inside the bunker.
I'm going
What?
to. I swear, someone hold me back. I'm gonna punch the crap out of this dude.
I'm gonna
He's-
go past all of this and take a look in the room, see who's in there and what they're doing, because
We
Mac
should
has
get
no
away
idea
from
what's
the
going
car
on in there.
that's leaking. Yeah.
So many fluids. Yeah, you poke your head in there, Mac, and you see the aforementioned room. It's fairly barren. There are 4 monitors on the walls. One points to the salvage yard. One points to the salvage yard. One points to a random back office with a gray carpet. Looks like a storage room of some kind. One points to an abandoned mill over at Stillwater Mills. And one flashes back and forth between the middle school and the high school. And you see a bank of 8 terminal computers. And he is typing on the far side of them. As you see that the 4 that are facing you are just compiling code.
So, is there anything that we can do?
He like looks up for the from his terminal, and you can tell that like that had never crossed his mind at all. I don't know.
Well, we did break into your facility, so
Yeah, you keep saying
there's got to
that.
be something.
I don't, despite Colt, I don't usually work with children.
Okay, well, I heard that this is kind of earth shakings, and
No,
the term millions will die has been put around a couple times today. So, maybe this is a good exception.
I apologize. I didn't mean to insult and discount your ability. I don't know what jobs to assign a child. Most of the jobs I assign
maybe
are
just
adults
don't
and
think
also
of it
dangerous.
that way.
Well, if I don't think of it
now.
that way, it's child endangerment, which is also a crime. So I have to. There's a balance of.
In fairness, if the world ends, I don't think you're gonna get arrested. And I can assure you that my guardian currently does not care if I live or die. And the other one, well, probably also. So
Yeah.
I would like to offer the alternative that not letting us help is also child endangerment, because then we're just forced to sit there while we're endangered.
That's true.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't have time to.
Yeah, you do realize we broke into your
What
facility,
tests
right?
need to be done?
You drove into a wall. Regardless,
Like if things are coming
any
through,
of you
what...
programmers?
If I sit with it enough to get through it, I mean, I do know stuff. I just have to take a minute, but kind of.
Alara, you see that LaBelle looks over you. And he's like looking at something behind you. And there's like a nod from him and then a shrug from him. So whatever he looked at, there was some sort of response. And Dennis walks over to you And she does like like kind of this like God, almost like squat, right? It's a little like talking down to almost, right? But not a full squat, but like a half squat. And she says, "You're gonna need to get your shit together. Don't." And she like puts a finger like almost to your mouth. "I'm not your mother.
I know that.
This is big girl shit. You had a lot of questions in my bunker. You had a lot of questions with your notebook. This is not fuck around, flip your hair and cop an attitude time. If you want to help, you need to figure your shit out and get it together.
Fine.
Or I'll send you home."
Fine. No more questions. No
I don't
attitude.
care if you have questions. The attitude helps no one. If you want to work, we can work. You have the skills. You're smarter than you think.
Fine. Put me to work.
Great.
Like gonna forcibly like kind of notices the posture and just like drops the arms to the side. Just
She walks past you and looks back at you not following her and just sort of nods her head towards the computer terminals. And you see her pull out an identical notebook to one you used to have. Not the same notebook, but it is a matching pair. And between the 4 terminals, she sort of drops the notebook and it flies open. And you can see that there is information here and like coding things. And she looks to you and just begins typing things. And you can see the lines of LaBelle's code is changing. And then she like leans over and hits the other 2 terminals. And she looks back to you, just sort of standing there looking at everything. And she says, "Read up."
okay. I'm gonna kind of squeeze Jen's hand, letting it go, kind of pass by Mac, squeeze that I'm happy that you're alive and you're here. And then do the thing of the hair back and the sit at the terminal, horrible posture, and gonna start like reading and looking and just kind of much slower than like Dennis is doing, because I'm still figuring out exactly what I'm looking at, but is gonna start typing.
LaBelle walks around the group and he first looks to Otis. And you can tell there's like a moment where he goes to like lift his arm as if to like put it on her shoulder, and then he thinks better of it and he says, "Mr. Trivedi, we have our differences of opinions. I don't mean to insult your intelligence." And there is a slight eye roll. "I don't have any tasks for you. These 4 monitors, watch them. If anything out of the ordinary happens on them, I need to know immediately. That isn't to say you're not capable of other things. I just don't have a task for you in this moment. The other 3 of you," what?
I was just gonna say, no, yeah. Despite your backhanded compliments, man, sounds good. Yeah, I'll go watch this for sure.
Great.
And he just like you watched my dad. Cool. And I just walk off.
Attitude today.
Oh, it just is mad.
He lets you storm off, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the 3 of you. And he motions towards Mac, Colt, and Jennifer. "I can use your assistance. The 2 of you, primarily. Miss Tao, I would need to run some tests, but I think I could use your assistance as well. I don't have a consent form, but I need you all to say yes or no, if that's okay."
Yes.
No, not you. You're already just the 3 of them,
Okay.
but thank you.
Yeah, if it can help people.
Yes.
And Jennifer, yeah, whatever. He walks over to one of the blank walls. You see him slide what was a facade of stone away, and another handprint terminal comes out, and he boop puts his hand on it and the wall recedes down into a metal hole. And as soon as it does, lights turn on in this what is clearly a lab of some kind, an underground lab. And he says, if the three of you could please follow me. And he motions to a chair and he says, Miss Wellington, please sit in that chair. Don't touch anything. Colt, here. Miss Tao, here. And I will be right with you. You see him point to these 3 locations around there. He moves over to a desk that has simply a typewriter on it. And he opens up a filing cabinet in which there is a box, and he pulls out this lidded box, like one of those like the old dot matrix printer paper boxes, and he carries it through the room back into the computer room, walks over to Otis and drops it at his feet. He says, those are several years worth of your father's reports. You're mentioned in most of them. Don't forget about the monitors. And he walks back into the room. And that's where we end this episode of Glenbrook Unhallowed. Hey, boy. Don't write
What
me
an
sad
episode.
backstories. I will use them against you.
He's
Cool.
gonna kill this guy. He's gonna kill this dude. He's gonna so fucking kill this dude.
Oh man. Don't give me knives. I'm a ninja. Let's go around, do some introductions. If you guys like what we do here on the channel, the best way to support us is over on our Patreon. If we get enough money, we get to hire someone who knows how to set up cameras at the start of a show. That
We desperately need your help.
Desperately need that. While you're down there, click on that Discord link, join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. But for now, we're going to go around, do some outros so we can get the hell out of here, do our after show that you can get over on that Patreon. And we'll start with Brandy. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy Rose. You can find me on Twitter at the Brandy Rose, Instagram at Brandy Rose Official, and Twitch Cutest Patoot. I make things, I do things, produce things, design things. Mostly, though, what you guys have seen is that I just moved across continents. Again, I'm really, really tired. I'm very small. And as the joke goes, don't have a lot of money. So I still have the GoFundMe up because we still have one last step until we're totally done with the whole get me to safety thing. So that's the pinned tweet on my Twitter. Other than that, I don't have any more shows running right now because it's the end of the year and I am fully in producer mode. So keep an eye on my socials and just have a happy end of the year. I love all of you very, very much. This is my favorite show. Y'all are my family.
Hell freaking yes. Gnome, over to you. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to, my friend?
Yeah, what's up? I'm Gnome. You can find me everywhere, literally everywhere. Even Twitter, as long as it lives. At NoMedic, I do TTRPG things in TTRPG spaces. Yeah, I don't know. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, and then on my own channel every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come say hi.
Great. Aris, same questions. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Hello, I'm Arasavad. I make things like this hat and that pillow, and you can find the things that I make at arasavad.com. Go and get yourself an ass hat. They now come in lime green and gold too. Just saying, you can really stand out with your ass hat.
Your ass can stand out very. I mean, what?
Yeah. No, that's correct. That's correct.
Stand out with your ass hat.
Stand out with your ass out. KP, the king of that this episode. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Oh, thanks for that, bud. Asshole. Hi, everybody. My name is KP. You can find me at KP11 Studios on pretty much all of the social medias. And yeah, just oh man, I'm just glad to be back and playing this game with y'all and telling this story. This is an absolute joy. Outside of that, just follow me on Twitter, man. And anywhere else. I'm also now on LinkedIn, of all the places. That's me being professional. Look at that.
Crap.
But yeah, just kind come say hi. That's where you'll learn everything I do outside of this game. Tomorrow we should have our Running Fey Wild campaign, which is on that One Funds channel. We were talking about isekai beforehand, and well, that game is an isekai essentially. We play characters who got sucked into their own D&D world that they were about to play. So there you go. Outside of that, on Thursdays, we should be back here again if everything goes well, and if the storm doesn't come through destroying everything, and hopefully not our friends though, then we'll be back again for our Lord of the Rings campaign, the One Ring campaign that we have right here on this show. And then every Saturday, I'm on Diane's channel. I'm blanking Diane's handle right now. My brain's not working. But it is a not a grim dark game, not shit. I'm just having the biggest brain farts today, man. Like it's end of the year. That's my excuse.
That's a good excuse.
Yes, I'll just say that I have a Saturday game as well, and I'm just having a big old brain fart. It has vampires in it, and us are as fake creatures going against a vampiric society. Revolution. There you go.
That's the something wood. That's a solid
game.
Yeah. That's a good game.
Yeah, Dark Wood. I don't,
something like that. Go check that out. And I'm sure KP will tweet about it. So go follow all these wonderful people over on their socials. And if you are not a patron over at the $5 tier, go do it. What are you doing? And then you can get access to this after show. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about today. That being said, we're going to get out of here, do that after show. So from all of us to you guys, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.